Reconciling the Puranic and Observable Universes, an Historical Journey. This was a part of a video that I made for the Vedic Cosmology Conference 2023, organised by the Bhaktivedanta Institute for Higher Studies based in Gainesville, Florida. How do we deal with the apparent conflict between Puranic cosmology and observable astronomy? Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada assigned this task to his Bhaktivedanta Institute, the BI, in 1976. Dr. Fudam Damodar Singh recalled that Prabhupada specifically instructed them to build a model of the universe for the temple of the Vedic Planetarium in Mayapur, West Bengal. In pursuance of this, Dr. Richard Thompson, Sadāpūta Das, a founding member of the BI, authored the book Vedic Cosmography and Astronomy, and he once explained, "This apparent conflict in understanding the Fifth Canto is not something new, and it is not a conflict between Vedic literature and modern scientific understanding. Actually, there's a whole body of Vedic literature which describes the Earth as a small globe, and this literature is what Śrīla Prabhupāda in his purports refers to as Jyotir Veda, or the jyotiṣa śāstra. So before looking at the BI's research on Virod Parihara, the reconciliation of systems, let's take a brief look at the way this issue has been handled in the past. The Surya Siddhanta 12:33-35 states, "Within this earth globe lie the 7 underworlds inhabited by the snakes, nagas, and demons, asuras. In the middle of the earth globe and protruding out on both sides is Mount Meru." Here Meru takes the role of the earth's spin axis. "Above, northwards, are located the demigod Indra and great sages. Below, southwards, is the habitat of all the demons." This simple map, shown here, of the extensive Bhumandala plain placed onto the earth globe was sometimes known as the Standard Accommodation. It was taken up by Lala, an 8th century Indian astronomer. Chapter 19 of his treatise, the Sishyadivriddhita Tantra, reads, "The Salt Sea is to the south of those who live on the equator. The land to the north is the Dambudvip. The Sea of Milk is to the south of the Salt Sea. They say that the Saptadvip is in between them. Inside the earth there are 7 patalas, or interterranean regions. They are the abodes of the Danavas. There are divine plants, various precious stones, mercury, mines, and other divine things." Bhaskaraacharya could not reconcile the relatively small diameter of the earth compared with the immense magnitude attributed to it by Puranic scholars. After all, the huge Bhumandala means earth circle. In his Siddhānta-śiromaṇi 321, Bhaskaraacharya noted that most learned astronomers conclude that Jambudvip covers the entire northern hemisphere, and the 6 dvips and 7 seas are all in the southern hemisphere. Around 1500 AD, Jñānarāja authored Siddhanta Sundara, the first major Siddhanta produced within the jyotiṣa tradition since Bhaskaraacharya. In the first English translation of this treaty, published in 2014, Dr. Tulke Knudsen observed, "Traditionally, the approach of the Indian astronomers was to incorporate certain elements of the cosmology of the Puranas into their model, while rejecting others. In contrast, Jñānarāja's approach was to seek a synthesis, which preserves the authority of the Puranas while still maintaining the basic cosmological model." The 17th century Maharaj Jaisingh commissioned Jantar Mantar observatories around India, including in his own capital city of Jaipur. The well-known Jaisingh globe is a classical example of the standard accommodation model. Vamsidhar, a highly respected commentator within a legacy of Vaishnava acharyas, discusses the apparent conflict in his work, the Bhagavata Dipika Prakash. Then how can one explain the contradiction between the Bhagavad and the Jyotiṣ? The earth has two forms. One is the particular form of big measure, and the other is the smaller, spherical form. In accordance with the Puranas, Sukadeva Goswami has spoken of the big measure of the earth, and only suggested the small measure. Our final example is Tiruvenkata Ramanuja Jiyar Swami, who has provided much inspiration for further research with his models, which are based on the Puranic descriptions. In his Mysteries of the Sacred Universe, Dr. Richard Thompson notes that Tiruvenkata Swami's solar system model is the same as that of the famous Danish astronomer Tycho Brahe. In both models, all of the planets except the Earth orbit the Sun, and the Sun orbits the Earth. These models reproduce exactly the relative motions of the planets while leaving the Earth at the centre. We will now transition from the Virod Parihar discussion and mention the work of Giorgio de Santillana and Hervar von Deschamps. Hamlet's Mill, an essay investigating the origins of human knowledge and its transmission through myth, published in 1969. Their extensive research discussing celestial models in historical world cultures describes a cosmic earthplane embedding accurate astronomy. They argue that a number of apparently mythological accounts were not necessarily fictitious, but often represented accurate descriptions of celestial cosmology. According to Hamlet's Mill, ancient cultures used two different planes that would be both referred to as Earth. One is the ecliptic plane, which is the apparent path of the Sun on its yearly journey through the belt of the zodiac. And the other is the equator plane, which is represented by a planisphere.